Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. 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 Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai
Yes, she's coming.
Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai
Not that.
Ram.
Now this. Yeah, I brought this.
Talks of Swami Ramdas.
Talks of Swami Ramdas. Not talks on the different. Here.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai
I get
Jai
it from the
Ram.
book.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. 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 Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Chandra and the noise got to get recognized. This is a chanting. This is chanting, not a talk. That is, no, it is not charged. It's connected for charging. It's only 20%. But it is charging. Yes, yes, yes. See the red green light now?
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. 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 Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai 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 Jai Ram.
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram. Jai Jai Ram. Om. Hari Om to everybody.
Hari Om Swamiji. Pranam Swamiji. Hari Om Pranam Swamiji.
Pranam.
Pranam Swamiji. Pranam
Come.
Swamiji.
Come on, come on. Please sit down. If you are not in a hurry, this will take about 1 hour. Day before day, we were prompted to remember about the 140th Jayanti of our beloved Papa on 23rd tomorrow. So the suggestion that came up was, what do we do on that particular day? Because Puja Swamiji, on a similar occasion in 1995, made it very clear to us that celebrations are for intense God remembrance. It is not that we are all of us are getting together on a particular day and just carry on with the usual routine. No. His words are, celebrations are exclusively for God remembrance. We will make a trial. So one suggestion is that right from getting up early in the morning, before we retire to bed, each one will individually, not collectively, will individually set apart some time convenient to them and take up any one particular type of sadhana in which they are comfortable. For any specified time, like it can start from 10 minutes to half an hour, 1 hour. It can be intense Ramnam chanting, mental chanting. It can be reading 1 or 2 pages from any books that have inspired us, or the biographical sketch of masters. And 5 minutes or 10 minutes at least, we will spend on inward journey. When we are talking about inward journey, don't worry about the timing. No, we are making an effort to make us aware of the witness consciousness. These are not must suggestions. Whatever we are prompted, we can try. These are Papa's words, guidance, for guidance. When we sit silently, we have to be conscious in the first place that the God we seek is in our own heart. Then mentally repeat his name. Make the mind repeat the name until all its waves cease and it becomes perfectly still. If it does not easily become still, we have to continue the repetition of the name mentally with an attitude of self surrender. If it does not easily become still, we have to continue the repetition of the name mentally with an attitude of self surrender. We try to develop witness consciousness. It is a state of awareness of the immortal and radiant truth within us. In fact, this awareness itself is God realization. Everybody can see this?
No, she's not.
They are seeing it?
No, no. Extend it from there.
We can see.
She's done.
Complete.
I'll take this. Only the audio. We want to extend screen. Duplicate.
No.
It is come now. Displace it.
Otherwise, don't worry.
It's not coming.
Because it is subjective, you know.
Yes, no. Leave it. One second. Settings, make it HDMI.
Don't worry.
We'll do it later on and
You first check up
and then we
before
try.
we plunge anything into it.
Yes.
This is very important. If it is possible, here again it's only a suggestion. Because this is the crux of our sadhana. All other things we are doing it, but Papa shared with us his experience. So on his 140th, instead of praising him, telling that Papa has done this, Papa has done that, he doesn't want any recognition. He doesn't want any certificate from us. But he will be definitely happy to know that Anandashram devotees make a definite resolve to live up to one of his very important suggestions, wherein we get some direct contact with the indwelling reality, which is called witness consciousness. Is it becoming clear?
Yes, Swamiji. Yes, Swamiji. Yes.
So every one of us will make an effort, okay? We are not reporting to anybody. Nobody is going to monitor us. Our me and mine need not be excited or anxious, because it is purely between the sense of individuality and the indwelling reality. During any time that is convenient for us. Papa has suggested ways. It need not necessarily be in that way, but ultimately we would like to feel the presence of that witness consciousness, even if it is for a trice. Papa will be extremely happy if 20 or 50 or 60 or 100 people of us, if we make an earnest effort. And when we are steadfast and earnest and committed to this, He will give us. This is one suggestion. Anybody would like to add anything or know more about this?
Swamiji,
No.
what do we do? Chanting or reading or thinking about his teaching, anything?
Each one will draw out a simple work plan for tomorrow. In the midst of all our routine activities, we will also set apart some time, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour, preferably in the morning. Then we take up one particular branch of sadhana. So now the suggestion is, we have been doing Ramnam, we have been hearing his lectures, we are engaging ourselves in various activities which we have named it as sadhana. But now the crux of it, what should be the, how will I know that I am progressing? So here is an opportunity for us. One suggestion is that we take to this inward journey. There also he has given some clues to us. The inward journey is, say, suppose, for example, don't do that, whatever you feel like, it's not that what we want. Suppose we are there, what we will do? Okay. Say at about 5:30 or 6 o'clock in the morning, or 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock in the morning, when we are feeling absolutely comfortable, we go and sit either in our puja room or in any room where we feel relaxed. We chant Ramnam. We try to hear our Ramnam. Then slowly we try to, after say a few minutes, we slowly try to do Ramnam mentally. And when we start doing Ramnam mentally, slowly the outgoing tendencies will be arrested by concentrating on the sound. Even in mental chanting, we can hear the sound. So we concentrate on the sound. When it is exclusive, we wait for the moment when the awareness wells up in our heart that the nama chanting is going on. Nama chanting is heard. Nama chanting is realized. And then let us see what we experience. Suddenly the mind may go, some sound we get. Let us not become upset. Again we come back, again we start. One page from Glimpses of Divine Vision. One page from The Speaks. One page from Sayings of Ramdas. You can select anything, or one chapter in Quest of God, and do some manana. Something like this. Those who are in ashram, They can also do this or any other thing which Papa prompts from within. There should be one item in tomorrow exclusively for oneself where we spend some time to intensely remember him. So that the day does not go just like any other day. Proportionate to the intensity we have for that particular program. It can be for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour, 1 hour. But the impact, how does it? That is what matters. Even after the program, something of it will remain with us. And if it remains with us during some time, definitely it will remain with us whenever we associate our thought with it. We are now preparing it so that all the rest of the important days we will try. We are trying to live up to Puja Swamiji's words. By ourselves we cannot do it. So we are intensely praying. You made us to go through these words. Suddenly we all get now intellectually convinced that we should do something like that. We have practically no idea because we have not done anything like that. We do a lot of things collectively, but individually, many of us would not have done. Maybe a few would have tried silently. Because we were all concentrating upon collective. Whether it is Ramnam chanting, whether it is bhajan, whether it is Swadhyay, whether it is Satsang, anything. But individually, withdrawing ourselves for a particular time and engaging ourselves exclusively for the remembrance through anything that he prompts us from within. This is one suggestion. Inward journey. Because normally when we hear about the feeling the presence of God, we have all heard so many things which intellectually we have understood, that's all. But here Papa in a very simple manner, uncomplicated words he has used. How to feel his presence. We say preferably in the morning because the mind will be relatively fresh. It will be more beneficial if this happens before we get in touch with anybody. No? If it is not possible, don't worry, we along with that. Those of us who are in a position to do that, they can get up a little early in the morning and then there is no other protocol excepting to feel comfortable. Bath or with bath or cleaning or something, without bath, anything is okay. What is needed is we are freshing, some freshening should be there, and then afterwards we sit, we chant until we practice hearing our own chanting vocally. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. We must hear our own chanting. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. When Papa has helped us to hear our own chanting, again with a prayer, we move to the most important aspect called mental chanting.
Swamiji, Swami, can we not do mental chanting right away?
Huh? Can anything? This is only a suggestion, you know. Anybody can do in any manner. We are just telling a suggestion. Don't look up to anybody for instruction. We are only giving a suggestion, no? We are a demonstration. So that we are trying to, those of us who are well trained and who can hear the mental chanting directly, nothing is like that. We can straight away do that. And then when the mental chanting goes on, and if the hearing also goes on, then let us see what happens. Let us not try to condition our mind with what will happen. We are putting ourselves on a process, and the process should bring out the outcome. If we are successful or not, don't worry. We are successful in the way we are on 140th Jayanti of Papa. We are making a resolute endeavor. No, it is not simply telling. We are making it, whether it is for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 minutes. We are plunging ourselves into that, and then, as a supportive measure, as a contributory factor, a few lines from any of the small books. Not much, minimum reading. And then join any other program, collective program. Those who are in the ashram, there will be collective program, as usual, Ram Nam, so everything will be there. So join. But individually tomorrow we are making a beginning. And then for every important day, we will try to stretch it to a little more longer time. And it may be in a different form also. It need not necessarily be in the same form. This is our humble request. So that Swamiji said it is exclusively for God remembrance. We have not reached that stage, but we will make a move towards that. So at the time of flower offering in the morning tomorrow, we will make an announcement and request people to think about it. In whatever manner, those who have heard, they can pass it on to their roommates or friends who are in ashram. This is the suggestion that came up. If possible, you can fix up the time right from the morning. Those of them who are not in a position to hear this during the rest of the day, they can do that. I repeat again, it need not necessarily be in the same way that is suggested. This is only to try and kindle us. Yesterday we happened to read Param Puja Papa's once, I think I read it, He said, realize, give up all preconceived notions and thoughts borrowed from the expressions and sayings of saints. Saints mean Papas also, included. Who have given vent to them in their various moods of self-realization. That means all their talks, all their expositions have come out from the different moods of self-realization. See for yourself, understand for yourself, and assert and make manifest your own divine nature. So initially, whether we try to follow them or initially itself we chalk out our own, because each one's equipment is different, each one's taste, temperament, everything is different, each one's mindset is different, each one's concept about God realization, concept about harmonious relationship with the rest of the creation, everything is different. So let us not bring any other foreign ideas. So let us try to live according to our swatharma, our swabhava. And if we do it collectively, the problem is, it will be uniformal. That is why we have not been able to progress much. All our masters have progressed well only because they did their individual sadhana. We are limiting our sadhana to the collective sadhana. So that it is in total disregard to our individual limitation, individual mindset, individual, that we are not aware of it. We go and sit for Ramnam, come back. We go for bhajan, come back. We go for satsang, come back. Why is it not taking deep root in us? Because the mindset is different, Input is the same, but the receiving set is different. So the individual sadhana offers an opportunity for us to chalk out or to take up or draft out a methodology which is suitable for us. Here nobody is involved. Only me, the sadhaka, the sense of individuality, and he, the indwelling reality, is there. And nobody need know also. Not that we want to keep it secret. When I say nobody need know about it, that means, at this moment, our experiment, our effort to establish a companionship with him, let it be with us for some time. Because if you tell me, I may not be able to appreciate. My mindset is different. My concept about that indwelling reality is different. So why unnecessarily create? And you will have to say your offer explanation. You have to say how you did all those. It's not going to help us, neither him nor me. So we draft out our own methodology, whether it is for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or half an hour. We try in our own way. Whether we have heard his instruction properly, we don't know. That we will know tomorrow. That means a conscious effort is being made by us tomorrow to become aware of his presence, to become aware of his guidance. Have we made it clear?
Yes, Swamiji. Yes, Swamiji.
Swamiji, clear. Yes, Swamiji.
Yes, Swamiji.
We feel that if we are definitely blessed people, because otherwise this suggestion will not come on this previous day of our Master's 140th Jayanti day. So we are all blessed people. That means we somehow the prompting has come from him, and the prompting is being accepted by us. So first stage. Now second stage, each one will say what is the second stage. And we carry on with all our usual programs. Suppose in Madras or in Bombay, you have invited some friends, people, or you are asking a few people to come to your house and do some collective. Everything should go on as originally planned. This is something special. We are adding it. And tomorrow, 3:30, when we all meet, tomorrow also there will be a get together like this. We don't say that everybody should bring out. All that we want is whether everybody has tried. Because trying is our job, giving is his job. But here one advantage is the equipment. We are trying to make out an attempt purely based upon our unique personality. We are not following. It's not a general prescription. We are making a conscious effort to remember him tomorrow, individually. Suppose you are with your family, even there, individually. Because today we realize that the masters whom we admire, we respect, we try to follow, we try to qualify ourselves as their devotees, they have all scaled not because of collective sadhana, but because of individual sadhana. Somebody asked Papa, what is the secret of Papa's success in spiritual life so quickly, while so many people on the path are far, far, far behind? He was telling about one story that we are skipping that story. So when Ramdas started on the divine path, he was conscious of his goal every moment and went straight to it without being drawn this or that side by the attractions of the world. His one aim was to realize God in the quickest possible time. He gave up sleep and all other comforts and reduced food to the minimum, and his only thought was God and God alone. Once Ramdas was in Chitrakoot. In those days, he had no sleep at all. And he was repeating Ramnam the whole night and the day. In that condition, he was going around the Kamathanath hill on which Lord Rama is said to have done tapas for 12 years. Pilgrims circumambulate this hill as an act of merit, and there was a regular paved path around it. When Ramdas was going around once, it became dark, and he sat on a raised seat in front of a Ved Pathshala around a Yajnakund. It was a quiet spot, and he sat there repeating Rama Mantra. A sadhu came and occupied another seat close to Ramdas's, and he was also chanting Ramnam constantly. Both of us went on thus, repeating Ramnam without break till after midnight, when the sadhu's tone gradually grew fainter and fainter until it stopped completely for about 5 minutes. Apparently, he had gone to sleep. He woke with a startle and began to curse himself for having lost a few precious moments in sleep, which made him forget God. He knew he fell asleep because he took some food that evening. As a contrast, he remarked how vigilant Ramdas was, repeating Ramnam incessantly. The sadhu felt extremely miserable for the lapse. This sort of hunger for God must be ours, then only we can have him. The pitfalls in Japan meditation are mainly due to the company in the society of people who are only worldly minded. Your mind also will be dragged away from God. Then it will take a very long time for you to recover. Therefore, take care that you associate only with saints and devotees. Food also plays an important part in the control of the mind. Impure food disturbs the mind, turns it away from God. Food of tamasic and rajasic type must be avoided by sadhakas. Selfless service goes a long way to purify your mind. So whenever possible, do any service that comes to hand with a view only to attain self-purification. Never work for name or fame in the world. By clinging strictly to all these principles, you will be able to avoid pitfalls in japa and meditation. Always select a pure spot for meditation. Keep one room in your house only for this purpose. Keep some picture or image of God in the room. Keep regular hours for japa and meditation. At other hours, let the repetition of God's name continue. According to the Shastras, some mantras may not be repeated at all times, but this restriction does not apply to Ram mantra or Krishna mantra. Ramnam can be repeated at all places and at all times. When you come out of your prayer room after japa and meditation, you must do so with a mind shining with purity and peace, and your outlook of life should always be wide and universal. This is what we refer to as the impact. It's a tall order. The me and mine, no? When you come out of your prayer room, after japa and meditation, you must do so with a mind shining with purity and peace. And your outlook of life should always be wide and universal. When you feel happy within yourself, then you are good to everybody. Radiate joy and peace. Otherwise, you become a source of trouble and botheration to all. Therefore, keep your mind always peaceful and have a bright outlook. This attitude will contribute a lot to the happiness of the world. A loving and cheerful person is wanted everywhere. Thousands will go to see him. When a man is selfish and miserable, nobody wants him. When you laugh, the whole world laughs with you. When you cry alone. Therefore, always be happy and loving and make thereby others too happy. Keep the inner divine light always burning. So we read out it, no, not because that we should follow this. This gives us some, So one page reading, not much. So our practice, tomorrow our trial, it can also go along with any reading of anything. It can be a sloga also, if we are aware of the meaning. Or if you are aware of the purpose for which it is standard. Not necessarily the meaning. Even while making use of Ramnam, there are two sides. There will be many sides, but we feel there are two sides primarily. One is that the name itself is God, no? So we chant and do this archana. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. That itself is God. Another one is, with the help of Ram Nam, we try to enter into the witness consciousness. Whatever, no. That's why in collective learning, in collective handling, these are not possible. But in individual learning, we can choose any method. Papa was blending both. To him, name itself is God. At the same time, with the name, he was also trying to feel the other facet of God called witness consciousness. So any method. We choose. When we are with everybody, we have to choose everybody, what everybody chooses. We cannot stay out. Every day morning we have this half an hour program. To teach all these things, Papa has prompted us. Whether it is slipping into a ritualistic form, whether it is slipping into a routine, only that person will know. Because he is providing us both chanting and then silent chanting or whatever. At that time, whatever, depending upon our individual limitation and preferences and mindset, we can conceive. For example, Papa used to say, just watch your mind. That is sadhana. And he says, when you start watching, the mind does not exist. Like that, So Ram Nam chanting with fullest dedication, fullest surrender. You are there in the name. Why don't you make me aware, please? I don't want anything else. That can be tried. Or we chant, we try to remove all other thoughts, concentrate on this particular thought, we try to hear, and then pave the way for the witness consciousness to emerge in our mind. If there are any other thing, that also can be tried. We are given full freedom. Just now we read, whatever you feel like. Any other thing anybody would like to share?
Regarding collective program for tomorrow, usually we have 12 to 12:15 we have talk. Tomorrow if we have Ram Nam from 10:30 to 11:15, from 11:15 to 12:15 we can have Hanuman Chalisa translation and reference to Papa's life also. Hanuman Chalisa as seen to Papa's Chalisa.
Hanuman Chalisa at what time?
From 11:15 to 12:15. If we have Ram Nam earlier, or that is during budget time.
How much time it will take?
1 hour.
Anyone tell Lisa?
It takes only 10 minutes.
Okay.
10 minutes.
So before Ramnam chanting, we should start.
After Hanuman Chalisa with the English translation.
No, 1 minute. Normally we start at 11:30,
Yes.
11:30 to 12:15.
Yes.
So 11:30 to 12 o'clock. Tomorrow we may have
Ramna we can have 10:30 to 11:15.
10:30 to 11:15 Ramna, 45 minutes.
From 11:15 to 12:15, we can have the Hanuman
12
Chalisa.
o'clock Prasad message is there.
Yes, that should be.
Swamiji is telling you have to combine Prasad message with Hanuman Chalisa.
Instead of that small suggestion, 10:30 to 11:30, bhajan time they can do Hanuman Chalisa. Ram Nam time we will continue Ram Nam.
Not our
No.
He is telling Swamiji can combine Prasad message with Hanuman Chalisa.
Normally we start about 11:50, 12 o'clock.
Yes.
12 to 12:15. Acha. So the
If we have Ramnam earlier, we can have start from 10.
ठीक है. So instead of that, why not we do like this? 11:30, we will start Hanuman Chalisa.
With the English
No,
translation.
first Hanuman Chalisa from 10:45, 10:45, 11 o'clock, okay. Then after Hanuman Chalisa, we start Ramnam.
Regular Ramnam time will continue.
And then, so that in the time spent for our, what you call, bhajan, it can include Hanuman Chalisa.
Yes, not simply chanting, with the meaning.
With the meaning, huh?
Yes, yes.
Oh, right. How much time it will take?
That, what is...
Acha, we'll make a trial tomorrow. Okay, we'll make a trial. Slowly we will chant. We will chant.
We can have it in the afternoon also. If it is not completed in the morning, we can have it in the afternoon also. We can continue in the afternoon.
No, then we will have to start a little bit early.
Yes, yes.
Correct. Now, it may 15 minutes may not be enough.
Yes.
So we will start by, say, 10 o'clock, 10:30.
10:30 to 11:30, 1 hour we can have.
1 hour we needed at least.
Swamiji, 10:30 to 11:30, instead of bhajan, we can have Hanuman Chalisa with meaning.
Yes.
So
But
that
does it? Then, if time permits, we can have 1 or 2 bhajan.
Yes.
Ah.
Okay. So 10:30 we will start with Hanuman Chalisa, with its meaning, and if we have got time, we will have 1 or 2 bhajans, and 11:30 as usual start Ramna.
As usual, Ram.
ठीक है ना?
You are telling Swamiji must blend it with what?
Prasad. That is,
No, that is separate, this is
Yes,
separate.
yes,
Swamiji
okay.
will
Okay. Can be done. And then if everybody gets really, tomorrow is.
Circumstances under which Tulsidas wrote it. Hanuman Chalisa was written when he was held captive. I heard it like that. If Papa mentioned it anywhere.
He has not mentioned, but we will try to dig out. Genesis of Hanuman Chalisa.
Tomorrow being Hanuman Jayanti of the
ठीक है. There is a small article about Hanumanji by Papa that also we will read, and then then afterwards we will try to find out the authentic version of how Hanuman Chalisa came by Tulsidas. Then afterwards we will all chant, and then four lines we chant, and then meaning. Four lines and chant.
More stress on the meaning.
Meaning.
Chanting we are doing every day.
Okay. Yes, it can be tried. So we will start with 10:30. All of us will assemble there by 10:30. Good that you told, because morning we will announce like that. And then we will have this full day, full course. And afterwards, 10:30 we will have Ramnam. Then 11:45 to 12 o'clock we will stop. And something about the important thing. And 3:30 to 4:30 again we can have Papas. In prior to that, this individual sadhana. So tomorrow fairly, that will be all right. You have heard now. In your own place also you can try this. Tomorrow being Hanuman Jayanti day, instead of just reading Hanuman Chalisa, we will also read out the meaning, so that though 40 slokas we may not remember, a few slokas we will definitely remember. Nasai roga harai sabu pira, because everybody is having disease, So we will definitely do that. So like that, some slokas we will have easy access, and then tomorrow we will make an attempt. That's also a very nice suggestion. Yeah. And then 11:30 to 12 o'clock we will have Ramnam, and 15 minutes we will try to bring out something from Papa's life. And before that, right from morning, getting up in the morning, till we join in all these programs or in our house, whatever may be the program, we will try an individual sadhana exclusively for ourselves. The pattern, the methodology, the timing, everything is to be drafted by one. Because whatever we do, ultimately it is he is prompting. So we don't have to look up to instruction from anybody else. Whatever we do, suppose we get up at 5:30 or 5 o'clock and then we do this, a particular discipline for 15 minutes, 20 minutes. It is also his prompting. It is not that the prompting is coming from anybody else. And then let us see, as far as possible, if in the morning the impact will remain. Impact will remain with us, and collectively we can do this. And if Papa makes it possible for all of us to enjoy it, the same thing can continue in all important days, where we include this individual sadhana and the collective special sadhana, not the usual sadhana. So tomorrow we have a special sadhana like Hanuman Chalisa with its meaning. And
Swamiji, there is going to be satsang in my house tomorrow at 10:30 to 12:30.
First class.
So we will start with
First class.
We start with Hanuman Chalisa.
Or the science and technology system through that Papa is providing. If you can organize the telecast, it can also reach out to everybody.
Yes, Swami. Yes,
it can. The Hanuman Chalisa with meaning. It's a first class idea, wonderful idea.
Yeah. If it can be made available online, then we will also join.
It will be YouTube live streamed, Auntie.
Okay.
YouTube live streamed.
Okay.
You try that, otherwise individually do it.
Yes, sir.
Because now that the technology is helping us too much, so we don't have to bother about anything. Even when Radha Reddy Amma passed away, and when on the last day, on the day fixed for their actual obsequies, they are having a memorial service in London, but at the same time they wanted to have some of our thoughts on that particular day, and the Arati. It was all relayed, and we were able to see how they were viewing. They were sitting in London. They were seeing the Bhajan Hall program there. So like that, tomorrow let us see if that is possible. You try, because then it will be a wonderful thing. You try that, okay? Those of you who are interested, to join us, you can also join. Because we are doing it for the first time. Afterwards, of course, we can all develop it in our own way. We have to dig out something more for that program. We will do that. Anyway, now that he has suggested this, we will do it as much. And it is not merely philosophy. The sweetness of devotion is there. Not only sweetness of devotion, we are all a little afraid of him, If we don't do that, Anjaneya will do this, So we need somebody like that also. Otherwise, we take everything as granted. So Anjaneya Bhagavan, there is one more uniqueness in this. Whenever Satish ji suggested this, I was just remembering. Papa did the Pradishta Karma of only Anjaneya Bhagavan. There is some coincidence behind it. Not only very near to our ashram, but also in Porbandar. There also Anjaneya Bhagavan's idol was installed by him. And a special mention about Anjaneya Bhagavan. So tomorrow is Hanuman Jayanti, Anjaneya Bhagavan Jayanti, Papa's Jayanti. Papa himself has said as if he's a third person. It can't be a coincidence. So all these things put together, we have an harmonious blend of bhakti and jnana tomorrow. And then with that attitude, we will try. But the first the individual sadhana should be there, irrespective of the time and methodology. Each one will try to do something of his own or her own. And rest of the things are purely one's own. Time, methodology, anything, sitting, standing, with after bath or before bath. It's all individual. What do we do during that time to intensely remember him? We have drawn the inspiration from Pujya Swamiji's words that celebrations are for exclusive God remembrance. Celebrations are
For exclusive remembrance.
Exclusively for God remembrance.
Swamiji, one suggestion. Morning that meditation we are doing,
that
45 to
that will not be there.
That can we do it in the bhajan hall? Can we tell people also they'll be the part, they can also join. Collectively it will be on a many people can join. That is being a papa's day tomorrow. Instead of sitting in there, bhajan hall, telecasting will be done. Even other chapter, other people of the country, they can also join meditation. It will be a collective.
6:45.
As we should be doing in the bhajan hall.
We will think about it, whether it is possible. Okay, instead of sitting here, we should sit there. Okay, we will try. Morning itself, normally we in Ramana building, in Puja Swamiji's room, we all sit here, 6:45 to 7.
7:50.
What is the program in the Bhajan hall at that time?
No, 6:45 to 7.
What is going on?
Ramnam.
So we can, it's the same Ramnam, but instead of vocal Ramnam, it will be
15 minutes delay local.
no, it will be disturbed because many people are joining later. Then especially that 7 to 7:15, least disturbance is helpful, So people will be coming from different places, they will all be joining. And they may not know what is what, and we cannot announce. Normally when they come, they hear Ramnam, they join the Ramnam. So that we will avoid tomorrow. After due planning and after an announcement, we can do that one. So tomorrow, as usual, we will continue here, because 6:45 to 7 anywhere we can do. But the 7 to 7:15, we are all now trying to get a grip of it. Mentally chanting or mentally dwelling on him in different ways. And that 15 minutes, how does it go? Nobody knows. 15 minutes is that is the real. So tomorrow we will leave it undisturbed because we have not made people aware of it. So if it is in the common place, people will start coming, and we will not be able to tell them anything, and they may not get any clue. People are sitting there simply, whether to chant or whether not to chant. All this confusion will take place. So rest of the things will go on as usual in ashram. Otherwise, we will try this. Anything in this direction is a plus point for us. Is that clear to everybody?
Yes, Swamiji.
Okay. Now all of us will collectively now pray to him for having given us this wonderful opportunity to intensely do something towards maintaining the remembrance of him. And we pray to him. Now you are prompted. Kindly see that it is effectively done. Your constant guidance and your direction will be there, but let us make ourselves aware of it. Please bless us. Please, never should we think that we are doing it by ourselves. You are doing it through us in this particular thought you have given us. And let us always think that it is there. He is with us, he has been with us, he is with us, he has been with us. Let this keep on coming back to us. And tomorrow with that 5 minutes or 10 minutes or half an hour or 1 hour intense involvement on any path that he chooses to prompt us, by that it should get stamped. So we pray to him. By our effort we cannot do. These are all the promptings he is giving us. So we mentally bring him into the picture, Sashtanga pranams at his holy feet, and pray to him to lead us, guide us, and make us aware that he is leading us and guiding us. Hari Om. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om.
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram,
Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram.